Okay. This is supposed to be E, review E for exam 3. It's just one problem because it's a long one. So it's one, it just turns out to be one problem. Okay, so, and I have to write pretty fast too. So this is Mat 108, Spring 21, Exam 3, Review E, Problem 10. The information: voters voted for somebody, voted for, and there was 80% of the of the voters had a diploma, whatever it was. 20% no diploma. Another piece of information: Hal, let's call him Hal. This time I'll actually give a name. It's actually easier that way in this case. Had got 70% of voters with diploma. And he got 35% of the voters without diploma. Okay. Let's set up that D is the event. Random voter had a diploma. And D with prime on top, voter didn't have a diploma. Again, there's not enough time on this video to write everything out. H is event. Random voter chose Hal in the election. And H prime is voter didn't choose Hal. Okay, then they've got this elaborate setup, but I can't write the entire setup. But what happens over here is that there's somewhere around here they have probability of H given D equals 0.7. They actually give you this. They don't give you everything, but they give you some. The probability of D, they don't tell you. They're waiting for information. The probability of D prime, not prime, bar on top, is equal to 0.2. They actually give you that. Okay, there's a lot they don't give you. What they want to know, what's the probability of D and H, meaning had a diploma and voted for Hal. They also want to know the probability of D and not H, had a diploma and didn't vote for Hal. Okay. Now, besides that, there's some more. Probability of not voting for Hal given that D had a diploma. That way they want to know that. And the probability of having voted for Hal but no diploma. This they give. This is a given. They give a few givens. This is one of them. And underneath this, they want to know about probability of not voting for Hal given that, I meant to have a little hat on top there, given that he doesn't have a diploma. The voter does not have a diploma. Okay, so some of these are the opposite of each other. Two more things they want to know. two more things they want to know. They also want to know the probability of not having a diploma and having voted for Hal, and the probability of not having a diploma and not voting for Hal. Okay, those, a lot of things they want to know. Fine. The probability of not having a diploma is 20%. That makes a lot of sense. 20% is no, don't have a diploma. What's the probability of having a diploma? Well, that's 80%. It's going to be the opposite of this. All the rest, between 1 minus 0.2, the complement of 0.2. 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8. So we can fill that in easily. Now, these are also opposites. Look, D and D matches. This is H, and this is not H. So this is going to be the rest of that. It's going to be 0.3. And look how these are. This matches, and this is H, but this is not H. So this is a 0.35. This you fill in with a 0.65. Okay, fine. Now let's go to, so we filled in, what do we have? We've got this filled in, and we've got all these filled in. Now we've got 4 more to do. This one, probability of D and H. Let's figure that out. That means that has a diploma and voted for Hal. Okay, so how many people were fit in that category? Well, 70% of the voters with diplomas voted for Hal. Hal got 70%, and only 80% of the people had diplomas. So it's going to be 70%, which is 0.7, times the 0.8, times the 0.8 that have diplomas. That's going to be the people that voted for Hal and also have a diploma. Here we go. 70% of those 80% are going to be those people. So what's that? That's 0.56. All right. What about the people that didn't vote for Hal and they also had a diploma? They also had a diploma. They had a diploma, and they did not vote for Hal. So let's figure that out. There's how many people how many people with the diploma voters with Hal got 7% of the voters with the diploma. So 30% he didn't get, right? 30% of those people with the diploma he didn't get. That would be 0.3 times the 0.8 that have diplomas. 30% of those diploma people he did not get. So 0.3 times 0.8 is equal to 0.24. Okay, very good. Now, what about this one? You've got the people who voted for Hal but did not have a diploma, right? No, did not have a diploma. How many people don't have a diploma? 20, let me show you up there. 20% don't have a diploma, right? But they voted for Hal. 35% of the people with no diploma voted for Hal. 35% of voters who without a diploma voted for Hal. Okay, and there's 20% of the voters had no diploma. 20% of the voters had no diploma, and 0.35% of those voted for Hal. How much is that? That's going to be 0.07. How about this one? Well, they didn't vote for Hal, right? Didn't vote for Hal, and they don't have a diploma. So how much of the population doesn't have a diploma? 0.2, 20%. And 35% of voters voted without a diploma voted for Hal. What's the rest of the 35%? 65%, right? 65 and 35 is 100. So 65% of the voters did not vote, right? Did not vote for Hal, with the ones without a diploma. So that's 0.65 times that 0.2, the 20% of people that don't have a diploma, you get 0.13. They didn't vote for Hal, and they don't have a diploma, 0.13. So here we have those two numbers have come in, and now we've filled up all the numbers that they want. Every single number they wanted. They gave us some numbers, and we filled in the rest of the numbers. Okay, that was A. This was all A. B, they wanted one more thing. They wanted the probability of a random voter random voter did not vote for Hal. Did not vote for Hal. Okay, so the answer is, how many people did not vote for Hal? They're right over here. Didn't vote for Hal is 0.24. Those are the ones with the diplomas that didn't vote for Hal, and the ones without the diploma that didn't vote for Hal are 0.13. These are the two groups that did not vote for Hal, the ones with the diplomas and ones without the diplomas. So that's 0.24 plus 0.13, which is equal to 0.37, and there is the answer. The probability of a random voter did not vote for Hal. And finally, we have problem number 10 done. Okay, let's stop here.